Hey there, it's Laura, and we're at Raintree Nursery talking about sea buckthorn, also known as Hippophae raminoides. This is a really amazing plant. It's kind of hard to find. It's also really hard to find information in English about this plant because this plant is hugely popular in Eastern Europe, in Russia, and for good reason. It's an incredibly nutritious plant. This plant, not only is it just jam-packed full of vitamin C and all kinds of wonderful flavonoids, it actually has some essential oils in it, fatty acids that are incredibly rare to find in a berry. And in fact, in Eastern Europe, the oils from these berries are used in cosmetics and in skincare items to increase the health and regeneration of your skin. This is really an amazing plant. So this is a really widely adapted plant. It will take a lot of different conditions. It is drought tolerant once it's established. It is also salt tolerant. So for those of you who have to deal with salt spray, this might be worth planting. It can be really drought tolerant, and it loves heat. So do try to put it in the sunniest spot that you have. It's also incredibly cold tolerant down to zone 3. This is not a super huge plant. It's really more of a bush. It will get approximately 8 to 12 feet tall and, 4 to 5 feet wide. This is another plant whose members are divided into male and female. The male plants have flowers but do not give you fruit. The female plant has flowers and then, of course, does give you fruit. This is also a wind-pollinated plant. So it makes sense to put your male in the center of a group of female plants so that when the wind comes through in late spring and blows around, all of the females in the group can be pollinated. Ripening time for Seaberry is at the end of the warm period or the beginning of fall. And for example, right here in the Pacific Northwest, we're at the very beginning of October, and these are just starting to ripen. And it has some really interesting characteristic in that the fruit is actually borne on the stems, not on the central stems and the interior short branches, and not at the ends of the long branches. So a lot of Eastern Europeans will actually prune off the branches, freeze the branches, and then press the entire thing, branch and all, to extract the juice and the oil from the berries. This is sort of like for people that for cold hardy people that can't grow citrus, this is citrus for Siberia. Even though this is a real drought tolerant plant, once it's established, you want to make sure to give it good water the first 2 summers you have it in the ground, 10 gallons once a week, unless it's over 80 degrees, at which point it should definitely get 2 doses of 10 gallons each. Because of their widely adapted nature, these are not super heavy feeding plants. In fact, they fix nitrogen. And when you prune them back, if you prune them to harvest the fruit, that will release a pulse of nitrogen into the soil and they will feed their neighbors. And of course, you get to enjoy the amazing greenery in bouquets, this gorgeous silver thready foliage. There's just not another fruit-bearing plant that I know of that's like this one. So enjoy. Thanks for joining us at Raintree Nursery. We'll see you next time.